Well, I know nobody who has greater expertise on voting rights in the District of Columbia than the lawyer who represented the district when this case was before the Court of Appeals in the year 2000. He joins us now in the studio. Jamin Raskin is now a member of the Maryland State Senate. He's a Democrat whose district is located in Montgomery County. Senator Raskin, good to see you.
The pleasure is mine.
Can we talk about voting rights here for a second? Because you argued that case in 2000, and there are people who should know that the person who wrote the opinion against the District of Columbia in that case was
Judge Merrick Garland,
who is now
one of the rumored potential nominees to the Supreme Court. And it was a 2-to-1 opinion. You remember there was a glorious dissenting opinion filed by Judge Oberdorfer in that case, and he basically said that there is a constitutional right to vote in America and that Congress has an obligation to enfranchise the 600,000 residents of the District of Columbia. And Judge Garland took the more conventional view, which is that a state is a state is a state, and that the residents of the district cannot be treated as citizens of a state, even for a fundamental purpose like voting rights. And so I think that had he decided the other way, the conservatives would be all over him in this process. But he took the safer, more conventional reading.
Because of the way he voted, you and I know that has raised the ire of a certain local political commentator who shall remain nameless, who is going to be campaigning tirelessly against Judge Garland.
Yes.
What do you make of what's going on in the House right now with the?
Do you think there will be a vote?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that that Congresswoman Norton's in a very tough position here. I mean, if the gun amendments are added, at that point the NRA is deeply invested in the district, never getting senators and never changing its constitutional or political posture, because at that point the district would have, depending on your perspective, either the worst or the best gun laws in the country. They would be the most wide open and liberal in the sense of being like the Wild West. And at that point, the NRA would mobilize its allies to make sure that the district's position never changes. On the other hand, this might be the best opportunity to test the proposition whether Congress can enfranchise the district short of constitutional change or some kind of retrocession to Maryland or some other change in the basic structure of the land.
The fear is,
and of course, if it passes, it's going to be challenged in court. Are you ready to argue for us again?
Well, I would. Yes, actually, I didn't do the final appellate argument that was done by Covington, but I would be very willing to support the district. And I think this is a scandal, and I think people in Maryland actually feel very strongly for people in D.C. that they are in the heart of the nation's capital and are the only citizens of a capital on earth who are not represented in their parliament.
The fear is that the bill will pass with requiring the federal gun laws and not the city gun laws, and then we'll have a vote in Congress, and then there will be a lawsuit, and then we'll lose the vote in Congress, but we'll still be stuck with the federal laws for gun control and not.
And that would be totally indigestible. I think that Congresswoman Norton has made sure that there's a non-severability clause, which would mean that the two provisions would rise or fall together.